Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the GXSimmer. You know, something that I really love is when Lot51 updated Suite Life with the ability to own and run hotels. That's what we're doing in this video. We're going to put it to the test, see how great it is, and I'm going to let you know if you should get this mod in your game and if this mod sets the bar for what a hotel in The Sims 4 should be like. And if you like this content, remember to like, share, subscribe, always click notifications so you know when the next video is coming out. Let's get into today's video, which is Exploring Suite Life by Lot51. Now, to help us on our journey, we've enlisted Kenji over here. Kenji Ito, as you know, is the son of Christine Ito in my game, who is a restaurant and hotel magnate. She ran all kinds of businesses for years, mostly restaurants, became majorly successful. And one thing she always wanted to do was own and run a hotel. So now, Kenji is going to fulfill his mother's dream of owning and running a hotel. How do we do this? The first thing we do is we select a hotel that we want to run. And in this case, I've selected a very special hotel from a very well-known builder, enlisted. I'm going to reveal that in just a minute. But the first thing you need to do is have either Zerbu's venue mod or Basemental's venue mod installed so that you can change your build into a hotel. Once you've done that, then you go back into your played house that you want to have run the hotel, and you're going to go to the phone and you're going to select onto the Suite Life Hotel mod icon over here. You're going to click on that. You're going to go to Hotel Realty. We're going to click on that, and we see that there are two hotels for availability. One is the Tartosa Hotel Resort, which we are not going to do. The other is the Great Elk Lodge and Spa in Mount Komorebi. Now, you might think that sounds familiar. If you do, then that's true. That's lilsimsie's build, and I'm about to test it as a hotel and see how great it is. I've always loved that build by lilsimsie, so I cannot wait to use it in this video and turn it into a real functional hotel. So basically, the description of the Great Elk Lodge and Spa is located in Mount Komorebi. Kayumatsu Point is currently underdeveloped. This giant plot has great residential commercial potential, easy access to snow sports slopes, and the Sotofani onsen bathhouse, and room to build whatever the heart desires and has enough funds for. Please travel to this lot at least once for hotel information to be available. Let's do this. Kenji is going to go ahead and travel, and we're going to go with him. All right, we are here at the Great Elk Lodge and Spa. Okay, we believe that he now owns it. So if we go into the app, we can browse it at least once for hotel information to be available. Okay, great. Okay, so we've traveled here. All right, now that we've traveled to the hotel and we came back, we can now purchase the hotel. So basically it's saying that our hotel is $400,000 and we have 1.5 million. So we're going to buy it. And we just bought the hotel. Now, when we go back, now that we're back, we can see that we have a certain amount of money we need to transfer. So we're going to do, I think, about 12.5 just to start. Maybe I think we need a little bit more than that. I think we need about 50,000 for everything. So we're going to go from our household funds to the current hotel budget. There we go. Now, we are going to go ahead and set the desk. We can tend the desk ourselves. We can hire a mixologist. No, if we're going to go to bar service pack, but a bar cannot be found in the common area. What the hell do you call this? Is there like a... Do I need to set the bar? You got it? Set the bar. Manage perks on the concierge bill. Okay, that should do it. All right, manage perks. Let's see. Manage perks. All right, so 24. So after much discussion back and forth and going back on Lot51's Discord to ask questions, I finally figured out that the common area is anywhere outside of the guest suites. And in order to have the bar service, you need to have table service enabled. In order to do that, you need to make sure you have a functional kitchen, which you're going to see me build in a short while. So once you have a functional kitchen and you have chefs assigned to the kitchen, you will then be able to activate bar service. This took a while. It took about 24 sim hours for all the staff to show up to properly do their jobs. So when you buy the hotel, don't expect everything to magically happen immediately. It will take 24 sim hours for guests to start showing up and for employees to start showing up at their jobs. Employees will not show up immediately. So take that into account when you set up your hotels. Another thing I discovered with this hotel update from Suite Life is that there are so many more amenities available. You now have the ability to host horses at the hotels and have ranch hands tend to them. We're not doing that in this build, but it is optional. You can also fine-tune the type of guests you want. If you only want human sims, you can have human sims. If you want to have occult sims, you can have occult sims. So basically, you can have an entire hotel full of vampires. You could have an entire hotel full of werewolves. You could have a mixed bag of everybody. You could fine-tune it so that babies, infants, and toddlers don't come to your hotel, and then you can also include them as well. I would not do that. It's really a pain to manage the toddlers and the infants. But if you're going as a family, if you want to do a family Let's Play and you're using Suite Life for that, you'll want to make sure that's enabled before you come to the hotel. By default, all age groups are allowed. Another thing I really liked is that the hotel owner can have their own suite. So you can set a specific area to be the hotel owner's suite specifically. And no one else but the hotel owner will be able to use it. There is a catch though. You must make sure that your doors are facing the correct way. When you put in a door, make sure the arrow is facing out towards the hall. If they aren't, what's going to happen is Sims are going to go through the door and get trapped in the room and they won't be able to get out until you reverse it. But do this before they check in, because even if you reverse it, they're not going to be able to get out. The other important note to mention is make sure that none of your mods are conflicting with Suite Life. Suite Life is known to have some mod conflicts, so if you are throwing any type of last exceptions, make them known to Lot51 on their Discord and let them know that they're getting exceptions from Suite Life from various mods. They'll review the mods that you have and they'll make recommendations to you as to what you can do. Lot51's team on Discord is absolutely phenomenal. They were really helpful. They helped me out a lot. And they're really terrific people. So I had a really good, amount of feedback when it came to formulating this mod, and I explained to them that I wanted to do a review on it, and they were very, very helpful in getting me the information I needed. So the Discord is really great for getting information. Now you see me putting down the concierge bell. This concierge bell is the key to everything with Suite Life. You manage everything from this concierge bell. I would recommend putting the concierge bell maybe further back on the desk, because when the sim comes in, they're going to go directly behind the concierge bell. So if the concierge bell is facing towards the desk, the sim is going to go to the front of the desk and then signal the concierge to come through. Now, I did have some instances where the concierge did not come through, and I had to actively have the property owner come on site and check me in. But the concierge should automatically show up. If any of your employees do not show up, don't distress, give it 24 sim hours, and then if you're still having the same issues, check, make sure that you aren't throwing any last exceptions. If you are, report them to Lot51's Discord server, or if you're having difficulty getting onto the Discord server, let them know on their Patreon, and one of the team will assist you. So while I was filming this, Sweet Life 1.4.1 was released, and that took care of a lot of the issues that I was experiencing. The chefs were now doing their job, the bartenders were at the bars, and they also added an additional touch. Lot 51 added in the fact that you could use the kiosk from Businesses and Hobbies, if you have businesses and hobbies, as an automatic concierge, and run the hotel's settings directly from it as well. I really like this touch. I like that it's automated, especially if you're running a 24/7 hotel or you just don't want to have a concierge. As you can see, I have both. I have a concierge at the desk and I have an automatic concierge. But I found this really great, and it added a lot more flexibility to running the hotel. Now, the other question is, how much money can you make running a hotel? Well, you can do fairly well depending on how you price up your services. I will say at the beginning I was hemorrhaging money, and I started getting a little bit better as time goes on. Now, two things you need to realize is that you're not going to make any money when you're not on site as the hotel owner. When you are on site as the hotel owner, that is when you will start seeing people check in. That's when you're going to start seeing money come in. So, yeah. Plan for a vacation with your family. What I do is I send Kenji here usually out on the weekends with his wife, and they hang out at the hotel. Sometimes the kids come along too. As you saw a few minutes ago, they were on family vacation. And now, what are you doing, Kenji? He's going to give this guy, it looks like, a hand massage. Okay, well that's his cousin. That's okay, they're related. Anyway. That is what Sweet Life is able to do in this upgrade. There's really a lot of flexibility. I have to say, Lot 51 has set the bar for what a hotel pack should be. And I feel bad that if you're on console, you can't get this mod, because this is really an extraordinary mod for the PC and Mac player that's going to find it. Really gives you a lot of immersion in running a hotel. And I had a lot of fun with it. I was playing this for hours. I thought it was great. There are a few drawbacks, like sometimes the staff won't always do their job, but for the most part, they do. Your spa attendants will give massages, your chefs will cook, your porters will deliver room service, and your concierge will check you in. And if for whatever reason the concierge doesn't show up, as what happened with me a few times, you can use the automatic concierge to always make sure that it works. And you can run the hotel any way you like, which is really nice. Oh, Sam looks like she is in desperate need of a vacation. So that is exactly what she's going to get. She's going to take a couple of days off from work, spend it with her husband Kenji at the hotel, and she's also going to help him run it. In the meantime, she's also get some much needed R&R, because she is so dazed and almost burnt out from work. And let's face it, we all need a break, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, so Sam is going to come in, and we're going to watch her get treated to some nice services. So here comes Sam. She's already changed out of her work uniform. She's going to walk right in. Another tip I would say is, oh, I didn't mention this. As a hotel owner, you can have your own suite in the hotel. It's yours specifically. No one will use it except for you. You do need to mark the door that it is the hotel owner's suite. What I did is I chose a white door, so I know that that's the hotel owner's suite. And as we can see, Sam is just like, oh my God, I had the worst day ever. And he's like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. He goes, I'm going to make you feel better. And he's going to give her a rose, make her smile, and really give her a great time at this hotel. Oh, what a nice husband he is. And what's she asking for now? Oh, they're talking about gemology. Okay. He's like, did you have a bad day? Oh, I had the worst day ever. Kenji, you have no idea. There were aliens at the lab that drove me crazy. So Kenji has an idea. Since his wife is here and his cousin and his wife is here too, Kenji's decided we're all going to have dinner together. So that's what they're going to do now. I'm going to show you how table service works in Suite Life. First of all, you need to mark the tables that you want to serve on. And as you can see, I'm about to request a table, so Sam is going to request a table, but the cousins haven't appeared, so what do? Well, in this instance, what you can do is you can only have a table with those you shared a key with. So we're going to go ahead and find his cousins in a minute, and we're going to give him a key. And that is going to allow us to, see, I'm looking for the room key. And that's going to allow us to now share a table with a guest. So if you have a friend or relative, family, who is also staying at the hotel with you, you can give them a room key, and then you can sit down and have dinner with them. And then after dinner, you can revoke the room key, and they won't bother you after that, especially if you want some alone time, if you know what I mean. All right, so now what we're going to do, you can also do this, I believe. Yeah, she's going to give her the room key. If she can find it. There we go. Give room key. All right, now when we go back up to the restaurant and we decide to sit at the 4-person table, which is right there, we should be able to, there we go, host everybody at the table. So everyone's going to come and have dinner. Okay, so now you see that they're coming in. They're going to sit down at the table, and they're going to have dinner together. So if you have a group of friends that you're traveling with and you each have separate rooms, you can just add the room key to them, and then you can have dinner with them. So then, sorry, Max, no dogs allowed.
Yes.
Overall, I've got to say I really like the changes that Lot51 did to this mod. I love the idea of the hotel ownership. I'm going to try it with other hotels and see how it goes. And I will give you my feedback in the meantime. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please let me know down in the comments. What was your favorite part of it? And will you be trying out the Suite Life? If I were you, I would. And I do hope that if and when the Sims team ever does come out with a hotels pack, that it's very much like this one. Lot51, in my opinion, has set the bar with Suite Life. And that is my honest opinion. Until then, this is Jen, the GXSimmer. I'll see you on the next video. Have a terrific day or night. Take care. Bye-bye.